listen to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
The views and opinions expressed in this podcast by the host or the guest do not necessarily reflect the views of Paranormal Buzz Radio or its sponsors. Use of any materials produced by Paranormal Buzz Radio without express written consent is strictly prohibited. For information on everything Paranormal Buzz Radio has to offer, visit our website, paranormalbuzzradio.com. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Instagram. Listener discretion is advised.
Paranormal Buzz Radio is proud to present Girls vs. Ghosts, The Realm Walker with Kelly McCarville, live, only on Spreaker. Every Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 Central, 6 Pacific. And as always, join us in our live interactive chat by going to Spreaker.com or downloading the Spreaker app for your devices. Kelly is a respected paranormal investigator and also a very gifted medium and brings a unique perspective into the paranormal field. Be sure to follow Kelly on all her social media at Facebook, Kelly McCarville Moonspinner, Instagram and Twitter at Moonspinner76, and on the web at mysticalmoonspinner.com. Here's your host, Kelly McCarville.
Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday evening. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Tonight's show is, well, you're listening to The Realm Walker. I'm Kelly McCarville Moonspinner. I always forget to do that part. I don't know why. Yeah, I forget. Anyways, tonight's show, we are going to be doing just a one-card tarot reading for anybody who'd be interested in receiving one. Want to give everybody a heads up that we are going to keep this to a somewhat shorter show, or at least an on-time show, I should say. My wonderful co-host and producer is not feeling the best, and I have had a very long day, and my energy is a little low as well. So we're going to try to keep this reined into an hour, but I'll get as many readings done in that time as I can. So for anybody who's listening who is not currently in chat, if you would like to get signed up for a reading, you can either create an account through Spreaker. It's free, but that'll allow you to jump into chat and say that you would like one, and we'll get you in line. Otherwise, I can try to watch my Facebook chat, but I don't make promises on that because I get pretty distracted while I'm doing my readings. So best option is to create an account real quick and get yourself in line through the chat. Like I said, it's free. It's super simple to get signed up for all of that. So, oh my God, Josh Schmitz is in here listening. Hi, Josh. He never comes listens to me unless I'm on Raven Rose. Okay. So just a quick shout out to everybody who's in chat right now while I get a chance. So, hello, Miss Kim, first in chat as usual. Darren, Becca, Miss Shay, Jody. I think I said Darren, Mama Pat, and Wolf. Can't remember if I said Becca, but we'll say again, and Josh, and Stephanie. Oh, Stephanie, my love. Okay, so throughout this, while I'm doing readings, guys, if you're interested in a reading, go ahead and keep putting it in chat. I'm going to go ahead and try to keep a list going as well. Hopefully, my wonderful co-host will... hopefully my wonderful co-host will help you keep track on this as well. Well, I keep calling her my co-host. She is my co-host, even on this show. So, but yeah, so far I've got down Jody, Kim, and Becca for a reading, and anybody else, let me know. I'll keep making a list. But I'm going to get started since we're going to try to keep this a little bit shorter show. To give you guys an idea, I have got, 25 different decks of cards here sitting in front of me. I have a variety of tarot and oracle cards, and full disclosure, I pretty much lean towards the oracle cards more. It's just a personal preference of mine. So, but I will tell you guys ahead of time what deck I'm using. If you guys are familiar with me and you know what decks I have, if there's a certain one you want me to use, assuming I have it super handy, I can try to use that one. But otherwise, I will just pick one for you, see what I'm drawn to. All right, we're going to go ahead and get started with Miss Jody. And oddly enough, as I'm sitting here saying that I prefer Oracle decks, I'm going to start out with a tarot deck. And I'm going to start out with the fairy tarot cards. Oops, I shouldn't shuffle on my computer because that's going to be really loud. A card from every deck, Darren, huh? That's going to be one hell of a reading. Do you literally mean every deck or every deck that I just have out? Because overall, I guess I'm pushing about 50 decks of cards. So yeah, we'll be here till, I don't know, next Wednesday. All right, Miss Jody. And she's going by JoJo for anybody who wonders who the hell I'm talking to. Okay, Jody. So the card that I drew for you, and I guess I should explain that this tarot deck is actually a little bit different because instead of like the typical, the swords, wands, cups, all that sort of stuff, this one actually has winter, summer, spring, and fall. So it's a little bit different. But the card that I drew for you is actually... I swear to God, it's not in the book. There it is. Okay, it's the Queen of Autumn. And the way that I read the cards, guys, is I'll tell you what the deck says it's supposed to mean, and then I'll give you guys some my own insight on that as well. So, all right. So the Queen of Autumn. Consider the Queen to be like a fairy godmother. She cares about everyone and cannot wait to swoop in to save the day. She is generous and giving and loves to make dreams come true. She adores luxurious and beautiful things. She could probably spin straw into gold if you asked her, and she'd certainly love to give it a try. Her family means the world to her, and she has the ability to run a small company and a large household without so much as breaking a sweat. She also has a very keen eye for decorating. Her motto is form and function, dearie, form and function. Her tastes are also expensive, very expensive. She's discerning and picky. Fortunately, she's good with money because she spends it like crazy and she tends to marry well. The Queen of Autumn sits on her throne. She may appear inactive, but magic swirls around her. The rabbit by her side symbolizes the prosperity and creativity at her command. The ability to make anything more beautiful, being extremely sensible and a wonderful person. This card, honey, is describing who you are. This card is describing the fact that you'll do anything for anybody. You know, it's the Queen of Autumn. Here's the thing about this, though. Being the Queen of Autumn, you're doing everything for everybody else. You're taking care of everybody else. You're giving your energy to everybody else. And in turn, that energy it's going away. You're not saving enough energy to take care of yourself. You're not stopping long enough to think, what is it that I need, I want? What is my happiness? And when does it become as important as everybody else's? And that's a question that needs to be asked. That's something that you need to stop and really think about, because you can make anything more beautiful if you choose to, but that includes your own life too. Okay, yes, I know I said one card and I'm already breaking the rules, and I don't care because it's my show, damn it, and I can. So I'm drawing a second card. I want to see what advice your spirit guide has for you, because knowing you personally, I know this is an area that you struggle with. You give and you give and you give to everybody else. So I'm drawing a card out of the spirit guide. Oh, what the heck are these ones? Spirit messages for you as well. Okay. So the card that's coming out of the spirit message deck is the Take a Moment card. And it says stop. Now is not the time to rush into the decision you're about to make. Before this important decision is made, take a moment to pause and quiet your mind so that you can ask your soul for guidance before you act or move forward. Spirit is giving you this card to advise you to have patience. Trust and know that you'll receive the divine guidance that you truly need. Start by asking your inner guidance, should I proceed with this decision? Then ask yourself, how do I feel about this decision? And finally, if I make this decision, how will I feel about it 3 months, 6 months, or a year from now? Remember that your inner guidance is part of you, so use all of yourself whenever you feel you need a little assistance or divine guidance. You don't always have to do it alone or relinquish your power to someone else. I'm going to say that one more time for you, honey. You don't always have to do it alone or relinquish your power to someone else when it comes to making your decisions for yourself. Trust and have faith in the wisdom of your soul. It is and always will be your most valuable resource, one that always there and waiting for you to ask for guidance to ensure the best outcome for you. If you take absolutely nothing from that card, you don't always have to do it alone or relinquish your power to someone else. You have to reserve your power. You have to start trying to take care of yourself. And that seems selfish. And sometimes, guys, I understand that. I understand how hard it can be to think, I'm going to do this for me. And think this is what I want. And that's what matters this time. But guys, there are times when that has to happen. You have to put yourself first. Otherwise, you're never going to be any good to anybody else. I don't know what decision they're talking about, or if there even really is a decision right now, as much as just you have to figure out what path you're going on and what direction you want to go. But take that power back, at least a little bit, enough to keep yourself going. Okay. That is that. You yelled at her enough for the night. So we're going to keep on moving. All right. Josh, you couldn't be good if you tried. All right, Miss Kim. Let's see. For you, Kim, I'm going to draw a card out of the Crystal Oracle deck. So I've added Maureen and Sandy to the list. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody. And like I said, I'm going to read as far as I can, up to an hour mark. If I can get to everybody, that will be great. If I can't, we are still probably going to stop right at about an hour mark, and we'll do another show of readings, and hopefully I can pick you guys up then. All right, Miss Kim. Okay, so this deck that I'm drawing out of is actually the Crystal Oracle deck. And so each card is a different stone. And the card that I drew for you, and this is one I'm not as familiar with, I think it's rhodochrosite is the way that you say it. This card is saying that You are being urged to examine the traits you don't like in others, and rather than merely judge them as bad or avoiding them, look at what they reflect within you. Developing a compassionate attitude will help you realize that often the judgments we make about others are judgments we make about ourselves. All relationships are a mixture of positive and negative. They help us broaden our understanding of life and love and help us to see more of who we are. I love and accept myself as I am. I love and accept the world as it is. Deep in my heart, I know that beyond my perceptions of good and bad, only love exists. I think what this card is saying, Kim, is that it's really easy for us to take a look at the world and pick out the negatives, see the bads, and kind of focus on the things that are going wrong, or the things that aren't quite the way that we would hope them to be. And this is something, this seems unfair because I know you too, and we've talked before too. This is something that we've talked about before too, though, you know. You have to see the good. You have to see the good. Sorry, I'm updating my list. Mama Pat's keeping track for me here. You have to be able to see the good. You have to be able to find the positive in things. So even though people may give you every reason not to see the good, and honey, that's out there. I mean, it's so thanks for dropping in, Coyote. It's so easy to look at things and go, well, it's just the bad. It's just bad, you know. But make yourself focus on the positive of things, even if something in your life could potentially be going horribly wrong. Rather than looking at, this is going to be the worst thing that ever happened to me, look at it and say, at least I got the chance to experience, you know. Find the positive. Life is what we make of it. And we can choose to be miserable, or we can choose to be happy. And sometimes, you know what? Sometimes maybe how we find that happy isn't the most logical way, but we find that happy however we can find it. So, you just got to hang in there. And I guess the other thing that I'd remind you, Kim, is that, you know, kind of what I was telling Jody, don't give your power away to other people. Remember that you've got your own power. You're in charge of all of this. And then remember that you have friends and you're not alone. And that there's always people who are there who are going to be there if you reach out and you say, hey, I need a friend, or I need this, or I need that. So don't forget any of those things. Just remember what you're worth and how amazing you are. And I can't wait to see you this weekend. Okay, that was totally me there by the end. Anyways, okay. All right. We're going to keep moving, guys. I know I'm going really fast on these. All right, Miss Becca is next. All right, for Becca, we're going to use the Earth Magic cards. This again is an Oracle deck. And Shay and Mama Pat, just to keep track, I'm in the right order here. I've got Becca, Josh, Darren, Maureen, Mama Deb, and Sandy. If that's not the right order, somebody let me know. Okay. So Rebecca, for anybody who, I mean, not that people didn't put that together, but The card I drew for you is the Milky Way card, and this is talking about perspective. And this is saying that you've lost your perspective, so it's time to step back, breathe, and allow yourself to detach in order to gather information from your senses and regain your perspective about the situation. Detachment does not mean that you can no longer care. It simply indicates that you are looking at things from a different point of view. It is an outlook that is not clouded by emotions, judgment, or attachment to outcome, but instead maintains a non-reactive awareness of these things. The witness, that internal aspect of yourself that simply observes everything in your life, offers his or her eyes here. Through these lenses of pure awareness, you can examine all aspects of your experiences, physical, emotional, and mental, without denying anything. By doing so, you will come to understand a greater perspective than is typically justified by the ego, which allows you to see what is before you with clear vision and an open mind. I don't know necessarily what this is talking about, but the feeling that I was getting as I was reading this card, Becca, is just that you've got a lot of things going on right now. You've got a lot of different, thoughts and a lot of different paths and a lot of different opinions that are coming your way. And you're trying to juggle everything and just trying to figure out what it is you want. You're kind of getting lost in the shuffle, and I don't know how to explain it. I mean, basically what I was seeing when I was reading this card is almost like it was a game of hot potato with Becca. You know, everybody's kind of standing around, and it's like, no, me, no, me, no, me, no, me, you know, and you're like bouncing around between everybody, and in the course of this, you're losing yourself completely. You're losing what it is that you wanted to do and the things that were important to you for what you're working for what makes you happy, for what brings that peace to your soul. And what I think you need to do, I think what this card is trying to tell you is step out of that circle. Let them stop bouncing you around. They can still stand in that circle and holler at each other and say what all their opinions are and all of that fun stuff. But you take yourself out of that circle and take a breath. And just say, I'm putting my feet on the ground. I am getting my feet and my balance back under me, and I am going to decide what it is that I want, what I feel is the right thing to do. Because, Becca, honey, you're a smart woman, and you know where you want things to go. And I know that you've had a lot of options and a lot of things kind of thrown your way lately, but don't lose focus on what it is that you started out trying to do and who you are. You know, I feel like whatever's going on, people are almost telling you things that would make you have to be a person different than who you are. And that's not okay. My personal opinion, this is just me talking right at this moment, that's so not okay, because I love the person that you are. You are a good person. Don't let people change that. Don't let people tell you who you're supposed to be, you know. Stick true to you. And, wow, we're running on themes tonight. Again, don't forget that you're not in this alone. You've got friends and you've got family that you can reach out to, and you can say, hey, this is what's going on with me. What do you think about this? You know, I'm here. You've reached out to me before on a couple of things and said, hey, what do you think? I am always here. I'm always here, and I would love to listen, and I'll give you my opinion, my feelings. Ultimately, you still have to make the decision on your own, but step out of it. Step out of the circle, put your feet on the ground, get grounded again, take a breath, and then if you choose to step back into the circle, go ahead and step back in the circle, but it better be to say, stop shoving me around. So, yeah. Hope everything's okay. All right. Mr. Josh. Oh, you have no idea how bad I want to read the unicorns for you just because. We got to go with the moon cards. Darren, you want me to sing to your Ouija board? I'll sing to it, but it might crack it. The unicorn deck is honestly very pretty. Okay, you know what? Fine. I'm going to draw him a unicorn card. It's what I was drawn to for him. It was the first thing I looked at. I'm just happy you're wearing some, Josh. It's the first time for everything, right? You. All right, so we're using the Unicorn Tarot deck for him. It was literally, when I turned around to look at my deck, it was the first one. It was the first one that I looked at and thought, that's it. Okay, Josh, so the card I drew for you is the Gentleness card. Wish you could see this card. It's so pretty. This card is saying, be kind to yourself and others. Honor your gentleness. Speak words of love. This card represents a sensitive, gentle soul with a deep connection to animals and the natural world. This is someone who tends to feel out of place in this noisy world of busy people. You may be feeling more overwhelmed than usual or find that you need to spend more time alone in quiet places. The unicorns encourage you to honor your desire for peace and quiet, and know that gentleness is a sacred gift that needs to be nurtured and expressed more often. Sensitivity is an indicator of powerful intuitive and psychic abilities and should be nurtured, not repressed. You may feel uncomfortable about addressing a conflict, find yourself in a confronting situation, or realize it is time to take a stand for yourself. Responding to a situation with kindness does not make you weak. Your softness comes from deep strength and immense courage within. Rather than striking away from a situation or wondering if you should be stronger or louder, understand that you can make change in gentle, loving ways. Humanity needs gentle souls to lead the way into a new reality, one in which kindness and compassion are upheld at the highest qualities. You can show the way by sharing your gentleness with others and demonstrating how to love and honor every living being. You can help others to see how kindness is a strength and encourage other sensitive souls to acknowledge their gifts. This card may be calling you to conscious activism where you can make a stand for innocent animals in a loving yet powerful way. Be more willing to speak words of love and demonstrate acts of kindness. Shine your beautiful, gentle light more brightly in the world. Okay, so here's the thing. I know that I don't know you. I know you from online, but I've never actually met you in person, although I'd love to someday. I've seen this before. You have this fun nature and humor and a positivity in that way that you like to make other people laugh. But I think sometimes you feel things deeper than you let people see. Or that maybe even it would be safe to say you feel things deeper than you want to because it's uncomfortable. And that's hard. And that makes it so when you're in situations where there's emotions that are involved or there's people's opinions or somebody might get hurt, it's that much harder for you. It's harder for you to make those decisions. But, and this is where you and I maybe do get along. Rather than approaching it in a gentle, kind, soft way of saying, hey, let's talk about this, you go from humor to somebody's going to die. And there has to be a middle ground. There has to be a middle ground because, talking can get people so much further than going from silence and repressing what it is you're feeling to letting it all pour out in an unhealthy way. So whatever's going on with you right now, just remember that as uncomfortable as it may be now to have conversations and to approach things with that gentleness, it may still be the best way to approach it. So they're not giving me a lot of insight of what it is that we're talking to, because they're just kind of letting me know that it's not important that I know what it is. It's you're going to know. You're going to know what this is in regards to. And it just really, I don't know. It's not just being gentle with everybody else, though. This is being gentle with yourself, too. It's absolutely, you have to be gentle with yourself, too. And understand that nobody's perfect. Nobody is perfect, including us. So don't forget that, too. And that requires that gentleness, not for the people that you're interacting with, but for for yourself as well. All right? Okay, I am totally not really watching chat other than like in between a little bit. So if I'm missing anything, I'm sorry. It is fun to bash people into a brick wall accidentally. Okay. So I believe Darren is next. Darren, we're going to go with the spirit messages for you as well. And okay, that one's what wanted to come out. I didn't take anything. First shuffle and it jumped right out. Look at how that went. That didn't even let me get in a full shuffle before that one came jumping right out of there. Man, we are on a theme. Okay. So the deck that I'm using for you, like I said, is the Spirit Messages Oracle deck. And the card that I drew for you is Self-Love. And it says, now is the time to love, nurture, and heal yourself. Self-love is not simply a state of mind about feeling good. It's a state of appreciation for yourself that grows and matures from actions you take to support your body and mind and soul. Taking care and loving yourself is not a sign of being selfish, but one of necessity. This card is a timely reminder to acknowledge how much you've given to others, and in doing so, how you've also forgotten about your own needs and what's truly good for you. When you focus on what you need as opposed to what you want, you'll gain the strength and purpose to refrain from making the same mistakes. You'll become more aware of past negative behavior and thinking patterns that have caused you hurt or distress. As a result, you'll be able to stop and change them into positive affirmations from now and for the future. Learn to nurture yourself. Work with what keeps you healthy, such as good nutrition, exercise, meditation, and relaxation. Take time outdoors in nature and choose wisely with whom you wish to surround yourself. When you learn to come from a place of self-love, you'll be able to accept your weaknesses and acknowledge past mistakes. Forgive yourself and know they were important lessons to learn to create clarity and strength for the future. Be good to yourself. You deserve it. So like I said, guys, this is a theme. We are on a theme tonight. Quite often the cards that we read for people are going to make sense to more than one person. And I've been reading for people for a lot of years. And I know that sometimes the cards that I pull for people or the readings that I have to do for people are messages that I need to hear for myself too. So as much as it feels like I'm kind of beating you guys down, understand that I'm right here with you listening to these cards as well. Okay? We have to take care of ourselves. We have to remember that this isn't just about what makes us feel good. This is about appreciating the fact that we are as strong as we are and that we don't have to be perfect. We're going to make mistakes. But that doesn't matter. That's not that doesn't mean there's something wrong with you. That's called being human, you know? And that's just the way that this works. So you have to find that happiness. You have to find that peace with yourself, and you have to believe that you're good enough. Even if other people can't see that, even if other people can't, if you don't allow other people to see that. Darren, I think that's a little bit of you, hon. Just going to be honest. I think that you kind of hide who you really are because, and I get this, I totally get this. If you let people see who you truly are, that makes you vulnerable. And that's scary as hell because then if you're vulnerable, they can hurt you. So I get that. I understand all of that. But you have to remember to take care. And loving yourself is not a sign of being selfish, but it's one of necessity. Sometimes we have to take those moments. We have to remember we deserve to be happy too. Whatever that may be, you know. I know that you're doing something this weekend that you've talked about for a while now. And I'm hoping that that's going to bring some of that happiness into your life. And I hope that that's going to be a little bit of time for you to take a breath, you know. Because we forget. We get so busy we forget to breathe sometimes. Again, this goes back to that meditation, to that grounding. Sometimes, guys, we have to stop caring about what it is that everybody else needs, and we have to remember what it is that we need. And sometimes that requires us to walk away or step away from everybody else. Just like I was telling Becca, step out of that circle. You have to step away from everybody else, and you have to just take a goddamn clearing breath and say, I can't do this right now. I need a second. So step out, take that breath, find that grounding, and then you can step back into it and conquer whatever it is that you need to conquer. If you stay out there without getting your feet underneath you again, they're just going to knock you over. Don't let that happen. Okay. I have to read the moon cards for Maureen. It's required. All right, Miss Maureen, you're next on the list, and I am using my Moonology deck, which is one of my favorites. They're so pretty. They're so pretty. And they're good. They're a good deck. All right. Yeah, see, Darren, this weekend is your you time. Mama Pat shares my brain, so I'm pretty sure that she'll answer questions if I'm missing questions. Yes, it's a super pretty deck. I love this deck. I don't know how I went as long as I did without this. Okay. Okay, so the card that I drew for you is the Balsamic Moon, and this card says that it's a time for healing. Pulling this card suggests that the past is in the past and a bright future is beckoning. However, before you take your next step, make sure that both you and the situation feel healed. This is not the time to paper over cracks or to simply pretend that everything is okay. Rather, you still need a little more time to heal and to soothe both yourself and anyone else in need. Then remind yourself that anything is possible if you believe it. This is also a time to surrender and wait to hear guidance from the universe. Powerful insights can be had. If you know that someone or something isn't good for you, this card is a reminder to surrender. Start to work on your belief in your dreams so you're ready when the time comes. When one is healed, all are healed. It's time to let go of the past. You are about to turn the corner. You need more time to heal. And think about how the situation would look if everyone were healed. This card is talking about, where the rest of us are still maybe trying to pull ourselves up out of a situation. You are displaying a tremendous amount of strength, and you are trying to be strong for so many reasons, and you're ridiculously strong, and you have been. But don't rush that healing. Things, you kind of are starting to finally feel like maybe, where I'm telling everybody else, get your feet under you, I feel like you have your feet underneath you, but now that they're there, you're ready to go, you're ready to run, you're ready to move on to the next thing. And it's not time for that yet. Where I'm telling everybody else, get your feet under you and then take your breath. I feel like your feet are kind of there, but you still need to take that breath. You need to still take those healing breaths and just rest for a minute, because I feel like you're exhausted. I feel like, again, this kind of ties into what I've been telling everybody else. You give, and you're not allowing yourself enough time to heal, to get to that point where you are strong enough to take on more, where you are strong enough to be able to be what everybody else needs, You're doing so well. That is absolutely something that I need to make sure that you understand. You are doing so well. And if you're not proud of yourself, you should be. I am. I don't even know the details, but I can feel that pride should be there. So take those breaths. Don't be rushing into the next thing. Are there more things that need to be handled? Absolutely. There's always going to be more things that need to be handled, and you know that. So don't let the momentum of situations push you faster than you're ready to go. It's okay to say, I need a minute. Yeah, we're definitely on a theme. Oh my gosh, this hour goes so fast. Okay, so we are on to Mama Deb, who I hear rumor is mama of the most wonderful person in the world. We need to use the Angel Tarot deck here. I don't know why. It's not even one I had out, but this is what we need to use. All right, so I'm using the Angel Tarot deck, and I'm reading for Mama Deb. Okay. So the card that I drew for you is the Ace of Fire. And this is saying an exciting new opportunity shows up in your life. Creative and inspiring career possibilities are coming into view. Now is the time to completely embrace new adventures that present themselves. Go for it. Innovative ideas should be enthusiastically pursued. This is a good time as any to take risks in order to follow your dreams. If you want to change your life, do it now. Starting a business, job offers or promotions, exciting new information, self-expression, and a fresh start. You're breaking our theme. Great, good. This is a good card, and it has a lot of really good feelings behind it. And basically, this is talking about a career, and I don't know for sure that I necessarily feel like we're talking about a career, maybe as much as we're talking about like a next step, a next path. What's your next goal, basically, is a better way to say that. And it may have to do with a career. I don't know. But it's really just talking about you're having things be put in front of you, and you're trying to decide whether you take advantage of those things or not. And part of the reason I feel like you're struggling with that a little bit is you're kind of dealing with this, well, have I earned this? Is this really what I want? Why did this opportunity get set in front of me? Because it did. Because you've earned it. Because it's supposed to be. And those are really, really hard things to embrace when we have those things set in front of us that we didn't work our hiney off to get to. And I'm not saying you didn't, hon. You have. There's where your disconnect is coming from. You're not seeing the fact that you have worked your hiney off to get whatever these opportunities are set in front of you. Again, kind of tying back into the last one, I guess. You're not giving yourself enough credit. You're not giving yourself enough kudos for being where you're at and working towards the things that you have. But whatever this is that you have going on, whatever these opportunities are that are in front of you, whatever decisions it is that you're trying to make right now, these are good things. This has got a very, very good feeling about it. So you really just kind of need to have that faith and take that leap of faith, take that first step forward. And once you take a step or two, you're going to start seeing how things are being laid out in front of you. And then it's not going to be quite so scary, because that, I think, is what's scaring you right now, is you can't see the path that's in front of you. You don't know necessarily where things are heading, and that makes you a little bit uncomfortable because you'd like to know where it's taking you, where it's going. You may not get to know that yet, but sometimes you just have to take that step or two and believe that things are going to work out. So overall, though, it's got a really good feeling to it. So whatever it is, go for it and have fun and enjoy it. You deserve it. You deserve it. You deserve it. Okay. I think we are up to Sandy. All right, Miss Sandy. Kind of being pulled between two decks for you, so all right, so I'm going to draw one card for you from the Earth Magic deck, and this is an Oracle deck. But then I'm also going to draw one card from the Spirit Messages deck. And I'm not sure why. We'll see if they tie together or if it's just two different things going on, but I just kept bouncing back and forth between the two of them, so. All right. So the first card that, oopsies. The first card that I drew from you is from the Earth Magic Oracle deck, and it is the River card. And this card is saying that fighting or blocking the flow of your life, fighting or blocking the flow of your life force can lead you to feeling spiritually void or disconnected from source. Just like the metaphor of the river, it does not work on to force or fight this compelling movement. When you simply pay attention and observe the flow, it becomes easier to navigate your experiences and see what lies ahead, or at least to get a sense of what is to come by the ever-changing geography that unfolds as you cruise along. Your resistance is hampering your ability to make a choice in this matter. Surrender to the movement of life, be grateful, and you will see the signs along the shore and in the river itself that offers you clues about what direction your egoless self is to be making. Go with the flow is more than a trite aphorism here. It is essential that you do so now. Breathe, relax, and you will know. Now, funny enough, your card out of the Spirit Messages deck is the Choices card. We were just talking about choices. And this one says, when you accept responsibility for your life and the choices you make, you begin to tap into the power of your own spirit. You'll be able to listen to and appreciate the intuitive wisdom that's inside you and apply it positively and constructively to your outside world. This card will act as a mantra to help you focus and bring clarity to a potential important choice that you may need to make. Let this card help you refocus your scattered thoughts and energies and bring you back to a place where the sheer number of options don't seem so overwhelming. Choices need to be made. And the more time you take in making these vital decisions, the longer it will be before you can achieve your goals in the physical material world. All the choices you've already made in your life have brought you to this point. So the spirit world is helping you now to stop, analyze, and assess the various options before you and how each might affect the outcome. By making better, smarter, carefully considered decisions and choices, you'll no longer be a victim of circumstance, but have the power and ability to change your outcome. Not acknowledge the signs and follow those intuitive nudges to help you make the right choice. Making the right decision today has more purpose and validity than one made on a whim or in desperation. You have to, you've got to make a choice. You know, whatever is going on with you, you're really just kind of dragging your heels. You're really just kind of sitting here and going, you know, look, if I don't make a choice, then I don't have to deal with the consequences of either one of my choices. I'm just gonna sit back and I'm gonna let this play out. Well, honey, if you don't make a choice, nothing's ever gonna play out because you have no forward movement. You have to decide. You have to make a choice, you know, and I'm a horrible person at making choices. I am. I struggle because I want to know when I make a choice what the outcome of that choice is going to be. I want to know for sure how it's going to play out, you know. But sometimes you have to make a choice. You just have to. And then you have to make the best of it. That's one of the things that my mama always tells me. My wonderful, brilliant mother, Mama Pat. She tells me, you make the best choice that you can, and then you make the best of the situation that comes from it. Because it's all you can do. You can't do anything other than make the best choice that you think you can make at that moment. And then just make the best of it. That's all we can do. But you do have to make a choice. You do. Because sitting there and doing nothing, and I have had this thought more times than I care to in the last month, not making a choice is still making a choice. So you have to make a choice. You have to. And you can. Trust your gut. Your gut knows what the right answer is. Your gut knows what direction you're supposed to go. Trust that gut. Do it. It's going to work out. I really do think it will. Does it mean it's going to be absolute smooth sailing and there's going to be no speed bumps? No, you may be able to hit a little bump here and there, but it's going to work out for you. So you just got to have faith in that. All right, guys. That is the end of my list, but I do want to do just a general reading for everybody who's out there listening, for anybody who needs a little bit of guidance tonight, who feeling a little bit lost, a little bit out of sorts. So I'm going to do a general reading, and I'm going to pull two different cards. I'm going to pull one card I'm going to pull one card out of my Moonology deck, and I am going to pull one card out of the Spirit Messages deck. I don't know why that deck has been so prevalent tonight, but it absolutely has been the deck that's made its presence known tonight. So hopefully some of these messages, even if they weren't necessarily for you, are still resonating with you and are things that are making sense, and that you're listening to some of the things that others are being told. There's so much crossover and so many things that people deal with that are similar to what others are dealing with that they just don't talk about, so you don't know. So, but if those readings didn't resonate with you, hopefully this general reading will. Whoa! And if I don't drop my entire deck of cards, it works a whole lot better. But in the meantime, one card flipped up. So we're going to go with that one. And thanks for bearing with all the silence as I shuffle cards. I was telling Shay before we started the show that I wasn't sure if I was going to do the show tonight, just because it's been a really long day for me. But I'm glad that I did, because, like I said, there's a lot of what got said here tonight that I needed to hear too, and just this is me. This is who I am. This is my meditation. I love being able to pull cards and maybe help offer a little guidance to people. So I just wanted to say thank you for allowing me to be here tonight and to provide some readings for people, because it is most definitely it's helpful to me too. So, okay. All right. So the cards that I drew, shush it, Shay. At least I'm not shuffling them on my computer where it's super noisy this time. I'm learning slowly. So the card that I drew out of the Moonology deck is the full moon in Aquarius. And this card is saying, show the world the real you. This card brings the message from the cosmos that you need to detach a little from whatever situation you're asking about. Someone might be keeping you at arm's length now, but it's no bad thing. It's important for you to allow life to unfold and progress, even if change seems like a frightening prospect. If you've been holding yourself back from showing the world the real you, this card reminds you that your unique characteristics are what make you special. In a relationship, you are being too aloof or detached. Go ahead and be yourself in whatever is coming up for you. Be aware of your feelings, but also be prepared to move on. Don't lose the beauty and romance of life. You are too much in your head. Get into your heart. A friend needs you. Be there for them. A situation is going to take a very unexpected turn. The card that I drew out of the Spirit Messages deck is the Memories card. And this card is saying that your memories are like diamonds in the treasure chest of your spirit. More and more memories are arising within you. Remember the happier moments from your loved ones who are here in the spirit world, for neither time nor distance can stop the energy of love that you have for one another. Memories often arise at different times, some totally unexpected, others when you least expect them. The power of love works both ways, as your loved ones in the spirit world could be thinking of you at the exact same time you are thinking of them. Spirit presents this card to you so that you remember your loved ones when they were at their happiest and healthiest. Do not remember them if they were sick or hurt before they went to the spirit world, for they are whole again and beautiful. Take out the happiest picture of them and look into their eyes. Notice that spark, the joy that shines out of their soul. This is how they truly are now. When you remember the wonderful, loving memories and thoughts, no matter what the situation, you are infused with the positive energy. This can help you stay connected to your loved ones and also attract the highest and best for you here in the physical world. I think this ties a lot of the things that we've been talking about together. So easy to focus on the bad. so easy to focus on what's going wrong. And we can't. You know, we have to remember the things that are going well, and we have to have hope. We have to believe. We have to just have to believe sometimes that things are going to work out the way that they should, the way that they're supposed to. And sometimes that seems too unrealistic. You know, sometimes it's scary as hell to hope. It is scary as hell to hope. But you have to. You have to. Because if you give up hope, what do you have left? You have to hope. So just because things don't seem to maybe be going the way that you want them to go, or it doesn't appear that things are going in the right direction, just believe that doesn't mean that they can't still. That they could go. And if they don't, hang on to those memories. Be grateful for the memories that you were able to build, for the happy and the positive that came out of the situation. Even if the situation ends up really bad, remember the positive that came out of it. We never know where life is taking us, guys. I mean, one of the questions I get all the time is, well, you had to have known, you're psychic. Yeah, bullshit. That is so not how this works. No, nobody knows. Nobody knows the directions that we're going. We have to believe, and we have to hope, and we have to give our positive energy. We have to give our positive thoughts to things, and hope that that's going to make a difference, and hope that it's good enough, and just hang in there. Hang in there. Take those minutes to heal yourself when you get broken, and know what you're worth, and stand up for it. Don't be afraid to say what it is that you want. A lot of messages out here tonight, guys. All right. Yeah. We're going to go ahead and stop reading now, because reading, yeah. You know, I love what I do. I love the messages that I can pass on to people, but sometimes it's like, you know, guys, I just don't want to hear this right now. And it makes it really hard. So, anywho, I just wanted to say thank you to everybody who has been listening in tonight, and especially those who are in the chat. I appreciate you. Full disclosure, I was not watching chat very closely, so if there's anything that you asked me that I missed that you need an answer on, don't hesitate to reach out to me through Facebook, and I'll give you guys an answer as best I can. But I believe Shay and Mama Pat and others were keeping chat going, so I appreciate you guys on that too. For anybody who's listening in after the fact, thank you for tuning in. You guys are wonderful. I appreciate the support. I'm just trying to scroll back through messages real quick to see if anything jumps out at me like super, super big. In the meantime, to let you guys know what we have coming up, this weekend is the Ames Psychic and Paranormal Expo. That will be in Ames, Iowa, obviously, and it's in the Sheeman Building on the Iowa State University campus. It is it's not. It's Saturday from 10 to 6 and Sunday from 10 to 5. It's $5 admission, and that gets you in all day to see all the vendors, attend any of the free presentations that are going on throughout the day. We'll have vendors of all different types in there offering, we'll have psychics, mediums, Reiki, shamans, reflexology, psychometry. We'll have rocks, gems, singing bowls, salt lamps, sage, you name it, we've got it. But then on top of that, we have the paranormal aspect as well. So we have Coyote Chris Sutton that'll be there. He's an amazing shaman. We'll have Daniel Class from the Haunted Hinsdale House in New York. We will have Sarah and Adam Hyatt with the Granger House here in Marion, Iowa. We'll have Raven Rose Paranormal and REP Paranormal. And we have got a bunch of cool people coming in for this. I didn't even begin to name all of the people we have coming, but it is going to be an awesome weekend. Anybody who's needing an energy boost right now, the expo is the place to be. The energy that pumps through that weekend is just amazing, and oh my God, I love it, and I'm so looking forward to it. So that is this coming weekend, September 28th and 29th, I believe, something like that. I don't know. And then let's see, what do I got coming up? So next week on the Realm Walker, so obviously I will not be on this Friday's Shay's Paranormal Chat. So Miss Shay is winging it without me once again. Poor little lady. I abandon her all the time. Next Wednesday on the Realm Walker, my guest will be Steve Weeks of Believers United, I believe is something like that. I should have my list in front of me. He's an amazing guy. They're a really good investigative team. They have tons of equipment, so I can't wait to talk to them about their equipment. But yeah, he's my guest for next week. And then next weekend, I've got something going on Friday night. That's a private event. And then Saturday, I will actually be at the Shaler Haunted House with Raven Rose Paranormal. Yeah. So just a lot of stuff coming up. That's as far out as I can remember. I can't get past the expo, guys, because it's huge, and that's all my brain has room to take into it right at the moment. So just wanted to say thank you again, everybody, for listening tonight. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Thank you for putting up with me. Miss Shay, Mama Pat, thank you guys for keeping track of me, being my keepers for the evening. It's a lot of work, I know. Until next Wednesday, everybody. Love you guys. Have a great night. Bye.